So we have aim, it's built by crosshair placement, which is built by aiming at head level, holding at head level plus far away, far enough from the angle, aiming far away from the angle that you're holding, right? Because if you're holding here and someone picks you, you're gonna have to adjust to the left, because nobody in their right mind have this crazy of a reaction time. So you're gonna have to adjust. 3 or 4 heads away from the corner is where you should be holding, right? And we had one more, let me check. And pre-aiming the angle you want to pick, which is aiming at the wall of where you think your opponent's going to be, and then picking, right?
Oh,
You
I
can't,
see, I see.
yeah, you can't have one without the other. Which is why also when I told you to move to the left and right, it's gonna be better because of the pre-aiming, right? You can see that when I move to the left only right now, it's really easy for me to pre-aim up on, let's say this tree. It's really easy for me. If I were to move to left and forward, it's kind of different, right? I'm gonna have to move my mouse. And if I were to just move to the left, I won't have to move my mouse at all. Okay. We had movement. Which movement is built by... Do you remember what it's built by?
Peeking.
Picking, what else?
I don't know the other one.
Let's call it strafing. It's pretty much when you fight and you move to the left and right in between your bursts, right?
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, we'll call this strafing. We have air strafing when it comes to movement. We have... let me show you what air strafing is. So air strafing is pretty much where you jump one way and then you turn the complete other way, right? So I'm jumping forward and you see if I'm trying to turn, I can't really, right?
Yeah.
But now, if I just press tab D with the same time, I'm gonna turn. I could completely go 180.
Yeah.
This is what air strafing is.
What would be a useful scenario for using this type of movement?
Yeah, exactly. This is pretty uncommon, but I could show you. I have one other example. Let me bring it up. Okay, I got it. But let me show you the first one. And then I'll go on to the second example. So the first example is, let's say you're playing on Garage, right? Right here, this is Garage. And you want to go to A. Now, what a player who doesn't airstrafe will do is just jump up these boxes and be really slow, right? This is pretty slow. What
I do that. That's what I
would
do
is airstrafe on top of this. Then I won't get stuck, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can tell the difference in time. We could even measure it. But it's a lot of time saved doing this. Same thing on these boxes here.
So it's pressing W and S at the same time?
W and D or W and A, right? If you
Oh,
want to move
W.
to the left, then it would be W and A. If you want to the right, then W and D. This is my other video that I released just like yesterday. Okay, look at this. I get caught off guard, right? With my knife out. Hold on.
Oh,
So, because I can't shoot my weapon, I'm gonna air strafe, pull out my weapon, and then it will be a lot harder for him to hit me.
oh, okay, yeah.
That's the other reason. The next thing was tracking, which is just tracking your target. It's not built by anything that I can think of at the moment, so I'll just keep it as tracking. And then we had flicking, which flicking is built by those things. It's built by your initial flick, right? The initial flick is pretty much going to be the big flick. If I'm trying to aim at this guy, right? Look at how I'm going to aim the first flick. Okay, so this is the big flick. And then the micro flick, which is, I just do the micro flick to his head. And if I do them both together, you'll see that it doesn't look like I'm doing the micro flick, right? It looks like I'm just getting to his head. But that's because I'm pretty experienced. Okay, so we have the big flick, which is when they're pretty far away from your screen. I would say in this kind of situation, I wouldn't even big flick, right? I would do a nice and controlled flick. Not fast, but not slow. The micro flicks is what you're going to have like a 96% chance of hitting. And the big flicks will have a around 5% chance of hitting. Because look, if I'm gonna try to micro flick on these guys, you can see I'm hitting most of my shots. But if I'll try to shoot this guy with a big flick, it will be a lot harder, right?
Yeah.
Which is why we combine the two. Okay. So this is pretty much what builds your aim. And now we're going to talk about how to practice everything.
Hello, it is me again. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out my other videos if you enjoyed this one. And if you'd like to get free coaching, then check out my Discord server in the description. Goodbye now.